Hey guys, I'm going to be brutally honest with you today. It's going to be a little bit negative, but we're going to flow with it and we're going to learn from it. And her law of hermetics, one of them is called rhythm. Nothing is a straight line in life. Everything ebbs, everything flows. And so life ebbs from highs, it ebbs to lows, and the whole point of it is trying to control those highs and lows. But it doesn't mean that when you're in these periods that you shouldn't feel the feelings. And so today I'm going to let you know some feelings I'm having of inadequacy, of the fact that it feels like whenever I try to learn anything, I can't. So I'm going to have some complaints and it's going to sound negative, but then at the end, we're going to show some things you can do to bring your mind right. Because I've been in this state before and I know exactly what to do. So I just want to talk about it. Over the last 2 weekends, I'm going to sum this up real quick. You can see my other videos. I haven't run much this year. I enjoy running. I always have two races I do in the fall. They're both for charity, great causes. One's a 24-hour race. You don't have to run the whole 24 hours. The other's a half marathon. And this year I haven't run much at all. I've been biking the last 2 years, but this year I really haven't got out and run much. My biggest run was like 8 miles. And each month I haven't put on many miles. I've even went a few months without running at all. And I went into the 24-hour run and I did better than I expected. I got 28 miles. I was very happy with myself. Took a great physical toll on my body. Again, my longest run was 8 miles. So getting to 28 took quite a bit of mental power. I was very happy about that. Of course, I had to crash afterwards that you would expect mentally because you're spending all these endorphins, all these dopamine to get through the race, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, I felt good. No feelings of inadequacy. My logical brain was able to get past that. The negative, I knew was just a negative from the feelings there and there. But today, I'm having great feelings of inadequacy, of the fact that it feels like whenever I do anything, I'm the worst at it, that I never learn from anything. And the reason for that is that I set this outside goal for the half marathon today. I knew my body was not going to be recovered from running the 28 miles the prior week, but I still wanted an outside goal of at least 10 minutes a mile minimum goal of 10 minutes a mile and an outside goal of 9. And I ended up almost hitting my outside goal of 9:05, but it still felt pretty terrible. And the reason why was because I really want to be a runner. I have this desire to be a good runner, even though I don't run. But I've run in the past, and I know these guys who barely run anymore. They're like me. They've run in the past, and one of them was there, and he's like in his 60s, and he hardly runs at all anymore. He bikes, and he lifts weights. But I bike, and I lift weights. And he smoked the course. He ran like a 142, and he's like 17 years older than me. And he's a good guy. Nothing against him. Nothing bad. He's a great guy. Love him. Good family. But I can't help but compare myself. So even though I hit my outside goal, I still can't help but to compare myself and say, hey, what is different about this guy? Because it seems to always happen to me. Again, we're going to be negative here. I just want to say this because on this show, Reboot You, I want to tell you how you can take these situations and turn them into positives. So it's like, but I got to be honest with you. Like right now, I'm feeling like crap. And so, I'm examining things and it's like, this happens to me so many times in my life. People will be like, when you're a runner, people see it and they're non-runners. They're like, oh, running's amazing, da, da, da. And they want to get into it. I'll have these guys I've never run in their life. Seriously, this one guy never run his life. And he's like, oh, if I started, I'd never be as good as you. Just guy chat, And in my head, I'm like, yeah, right. It's a year you'll be crushing me. And he actually did start. He started running 3 days a week. And in a year, he was basically on par with me. This was when I was running a lot. And I was like, yep, of course, that's how it goes, And it wouldn't bug me, except for that it does bug me because running is something, for whatever reason, Lord Krishna, I have not just been able to hand my results over to him and just say, hey, for whatever reason, I am a bad runner. And I shouldn't call it a bad runner, but I'm never going to get the results I desire. I shouldn't worry about results and just give them to Lord Krishna. I haven't been able to do that. I always have this idea that I want to be better. But there's a reason for that. And I think it's that in my life, I struggle with getting better at things. So, like in school and stuff, you see these people, it's like they learn something once and then they remember for the rest of their life. I'm the person that you can show me something 100 times. I can do these problems and I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm going to give you an example because I think this is contributing to the feeling. I played tennis through high school and I was actually pretty decent, but I didn't know anything about tennis. All I knew was instinctually, I was like a dog just chasing a ball. So I was just the backboard player. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being a backboard. I was in good shape, had quick feet. And so I just see the ball and I'd be like a dog. I'd run back and I just, and all these guys, they'd be coming out with their fancy strokes and stuff. And I could beat them. Okay. Because they'd hit tons of errors. And I was just like, hey, get the ball back over. Just get the next ball back over. Get the next ball back over. And it works. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then as you get better, these people don't make as many mistakes. And then I didn't play for 2 decades. And then to my 40s, I started realizing like, I don't really know how to hit a forehand, like a real forehand. I don't really know how to hit a serve. Even though I played tennis all this time. And so all summer long, I've been trying to learn how to serve. And, I've played tennis for so long. I'm out there. I'm practicing my serve so much this summer. And then this weekend I went out. And the day after the half marathon, we played tennis. And I double faulted. In doubles. In one set, I think I served twice and I double faulted probably, I don't know, at least 9 times in 2 games. You might say, how is that possible? Well, we went to deuce on one of them because when I did get a ball in, we did okay. But yeah, I was double faulting nonstop and it was so frustrating, especially because we had a younger guy there who just kind of picked up a racket that year and he was serving bombs. And, this is nothing against that young guy. It's great for him. It's great to see people do stuff like that. But part of me is like, why am I out here? I'm practicing. I'm trying to figure this out. And I just can't do it. It's turning into nothing. And I have this feeling in my life a lot, I'll get these books like this. And I'll go back and I'll try to learn math because I never learned math in high school. We took an algebra class and I got through it because if I was doing something in repetition, my mind would just remember it short term. I could get past the test. But I never remember it, And then you got these friends like in college, they're like, oh yeah, don't you remember this rule for math? It's like, what? What are you talking about? And so now it's like when I'm an adult, I'll get these workbooks, I'll work through them. And I'll be able to get through the problems. But as soon as I'm done, like a week later, I have no idea. None. And if I look at the topic, I have to relearn it again. And it's like, why? Why can't anything stick in my brain? Lord Krishna, help me. Why is my brain is the word ephemeral? How do you say that word? Let me look that up. Ephemeral? Like nothing will stay. Yeah. Ephemeral. Why is my brain so ephemeral? Right? Why does everything in my brain, besides negativity, why is it all so ephemeral? Right? Why can't I learn how to serve and it just stay in my head? I'm out there and I'm practicing over and over, And then when I'm practicing, guess what? I still suck. I can barely hit the... and I'm taping my form. I'm, getting feedback from people. Then I go out and it's just like every single time, it's like the first time, and it bugs me. And it's kind of like with running. It's like, even when I ran a lot, I wasn't like I was a bad runner, but I never got decent. Like, I don't know what decent means, but never got to where I wanted to get. And so, yeah, that tennis event coupled with like my boss or the guy I was talking about, he was my old boss coming in and smoking me when he's like 15, 17 years older than me, beat me by 17 minutes. Then what I call ladies, if any ladies are watching this, don't mean this isn't misogynist. When I run, I'll call them the bubble butts. They're kind of like, the shorter women and a little bit more in back and on top. They're not, out of shape in any way. They're strong, but they don't have what you call a traditional runner look. But what is a traditional runner look? Maybe I gotta adjust my mind there, because now I see, this one lady I know from the Y, she comes by and she's like, "Ruben, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I knew she was training for this race, and I know I'd run it, before. So why am I having this expectation that I should automatically be able to beat her? But I do in my brain. And she's talking to me, and when she's talking to me, she's really a nice person, right? And the whole time in my head, I'm like, please move on. Please move on. Please move on. She's like enjoying talking to me. And I'm like, no, just move, go. And then she's like, okay, well, you're doing a great job. See you at the end, And I was like, thank you, Lord. Just like, now I can just be in my misery back here in the race as I'm struggling. Yeah, it was a struggle bus, that race. And so why do I have these expectations? I don't know, but it's frustrating. The only thing my mind hangs on to is negativity for whatever reason. But we can get through this. And how do we get through it? Well, I try to make everything ephemeral. See, look, ephemeral. So look at that. I just learned that word. I got a buddy. He'd hear that word once. He'd be able to say it the rest of his life every time. Me, by probably 2 sentences from now, I won't be able to say it. Ephemeral, ephemeral, ephemeral. If I keep talking for a little bit at the end of the video, I won't be able to say it. There was a term I was looking at. What was it? Inexorable. It took me forever to learn that term. I wish I had a bigger vocabulary, but my brain, I don't know. It just doesn't work like that. So, yeah, it's, learning is a struggle for me. And it affects me. And, this weekend, going out after I had served so much this week, because this week I wanted to keep my exercise. I went out and I did some biking and stuff. But I did it low key. And I was like, you know what? I'll just get out and I'll serve more, because I wanted to try to do good at this race. And so, to have that happen in a race, it's like, yeah, I hit my goal, but my boss smoked me. Lady from the Y smoked me. This old guy in town I see running smoked me. He's like 70. He's like 20 years older than me at least. When I say smoked, is that girl and the old guy were probably 4 minutes ahead of me, which is still a big gap in a half marathon. But and then playing tennis and just double faulting over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was so embarrassing. Well, this young guy who just started this summer was serving bombs. It was almost got to the point of unbearable today. And so that's where I'm at. And those are my complaints. And now what do we do on Reboot You? Well, I'm going to reboot myself. You see, because this stuff, it doesn't matter. Maybe, I'm going to say it right, maybe my brain is ephemeral when it comes to learning anything. I never learned anything in all the years I was drinking booze. You think I would have learned to stop? It took me 20 years. But guess what? It eventually happened. So, maybe 20 years from now, I'll finally be able to serve. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. So I'm going to take my grievances for today, I'm going to put them in my hands. I'm going to hand them over to Lord Krishna, and we're going to just do some affirmations. And I'm just going to get up and go about my day, because that's all you got to do. Right? And ultimately, if I want to become a better runner, I'm just going to have to run more. And, in the past, that never got me too far, but I'm just going to have to keep trying. And if it doesn't get me there, then, oh well, at least I'm trying. Right? That's what Lord Krishna said to Arjuna. He said, just, hey, go out there and do, and hand your results to me. And that's what I am. I'm at the doer stage. I just got to do. I'm not advanced level thinker, because I can't think. My brain doesn't work like that. Any thoughts I have are fleeting, you know. So let's go ahead. I'm strong, I'm free, I'm blessed, and I'm healthy. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I'm here and now. I'm strong, I'm free, I'm blessed, and I'm healthy. Every day in every single way, I'm getting better and better. I'm here and now. I'm strong, I'm free, I'm blessed, and I'm healthy. Every day in every single way, I'm getting better and better. I'm here and now. I'm strong, I'm free, I'm blessed, and I'm healthy. Every day and in every single way, I'm getting better and better. I'm here and now. I'm strong, I'm free, I'm blessed, and I'm healthy. Every day and every single way, I'm getting better and better. I'm here now. For the fathers out there is another one I use if you're married with kids. I'm a loving father and husband. I'm brave and unashamed. I'm an opportunity magnet. I'm here and now. I'm a loving father and husband. I'm brave and unashamed. I'm an opportunity magnet. I am here and now. I'm a loving father and husband. I'm brave and unashamed. I'm an opportunity magnet. I am here and now. And I am a loving father and husband. I'm brave and unashamed. I'm an opportunity magnet. I am here and now. So that's it. My grievances are out. I'm going to try to move my head on from today. If they come back in, I'm just going to say this stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the racket. I'm going to get some balls. I'm going to go hit some serves. Right? I'm going to keep working on it. Maybe I'll come up with the plan for running. Maybe I'll come up with the goal. I don't know. When it comes to that, right now, this isn't being baby, but part of me is like, you know what? I don't know if maybe I should just kind of give up on running. I'm not saying I shouldn't run, but just be like, you know what? I'm doing okay on the bike. Maybe Lord Krishna wants me to be a biker. Maybe this is like where I thought I could handle drinking, but just, me and alcohol didn't mix. So I just had to stop. Maybe me and running don't mix. And I just need to be a biker, right? But maybe not, because obviously it's not alcohol. It's not causing negative consequences in my life besides the ones I imaginarily put on myself. So maybe it's like, well, if I want to do this, I just got to completely hand my results over to Lord Krishna and try again without any attachment to anything. Who knows? With that, I'm going to let you guys go. You all have a great day. Be sure to go out and do something positive. Make positive change in this world and in yourself every single day. Take care.